Balancing work and family can be a tricky thing, especially during the summer months. Dr. Tim Hope is a clinical psychologist joining us with advice. Dr. Hope, great to have you back.
Hi.
Summertime.
Welcome back to you.
Thank you so much. I know I've been watching you on TV. It's been very nice. Now, summertime is obviously all about fun. Kids are out of school. Parents are still working, so this can be a tough balance.
It is. So having work and life in the summer is especially challenging. We try to work that balance between a work life and a family life throughout the entire year. But in the summer, you have those additional challenges of the kids are off from school, kids have different expectations. We have our own expectations about what is summer supposed to be like and what is it going to be like for us. And yet, still have to go to work, still have to pay the bills, still have to keep the roof over our heads and food on the table.
Now, the age of your children obviously does make a difference.
It makes a big difference. So if we think about very young children, they're probably going to be in some kind of daily daycare or preschool programs or going to their babysitters, whoever they're going to. Your older kids who are in school age, they're going to be off for the summers, and so maybe there'll be camps for them or activities, sports that they're into. And then if you have much older kids in their teens, like my nieces are, they're off. They're doing their own things, they're working, they're very busy, and you might be seeing them very little.
Right, so you do have to keep in mind the age of your children, and it does require planning, especially if you do want to get them into a camp or a week-long activity. Now, you have to have a good balance of those things that are planned and also the impromptu, unplanned activities as well.
Yeah, and this goes back to what our memories are of what our summers were. For many of us, we think about our summers and we think of them as just wide open expanses of time where we could do whatever we want. We left in the morning, we came back when the street lights came on. But that's not really the case, really. And for now, for our kids to really have some good times, it does take planning. I know people are planning in January and February for their summer plans for these camps because many of them are very hotly contested for. So thinking about doing that planning, thinking about what are your goals for the summer, what is that balance for your family, what works for your kids, that how busy they need to be and how much downtime they need. How much spontaneity do you need? You know, today's a gorgeous day, let's head off to the park or let's go off to the amusement park. And how much planning do you actually need?
Now, do you recommend if both parents are working that they take their vacations on different weeks? What do you think works best for family dynamic?
I've seen a number of different things work out for families. If they are able to have a couple of weeks off, I've seen some families have 1 week of overlap and then one parent will be with the kids for the first week and then the other parent will be with the kids for the third week. So essentially the kids get 3 weeks of vacation with one or both of the parents, which can be really nice. You know, some families have it worked out where maybe one of them is a teacher and so they're off for the summers too. Or they're able to work their schedule so that they can reduce their workload during the summer months, and then during their busier months, like if they're working as a CPA doing taxes, they'll do some extra time then. So it really depends on how flexible your work environment is and how much they're able to work with you, because lots of us really do take the summer as more of a flexible and slower pace.
And of course everyone's family situation is different, so you have to look at your own situation.
That's right.
And don't forget about grandparents if they're local too, or even if they're not, the kids can spend some time with them.
Yeah, I really like the idea of many grandparents really like spending time with those kids and love to have them come for a week or maybe even 2 weeks. I mean, imagine what that would be like, having your kids be able to go with their grandparents for a couple of weeks. It builds that relationship for them. Some of my fondest memories are spending time with relatives an extended period of time, and it gets them closer together, and it gives you all a break while you're doing your work or just taking care of things around the house.
Right, so you really want to think about that, and you can really, obviously it's family, so you're not shipping them off to somewhere that they're not spending quality time,
right.
Of course. And they also, it's a great time that you said as well, to pick up a new hobby or to really try out new things, maybe things they never tried before.
Yeah, each of your kids, you should be looking at the summer of, you know, where is my child at? What are they learning? What is the next step for them that they might be interested in? And summer is a great time to test that out. Try a sports camp that they've never done before, or try a hobby like sailing. We're going down to the Cape this year, and my oldest daughter is going to be doing a sailing club. First time she'll be learning how to sail on her own, and it's a big step for her. She's excited about that. And that's the kind of thing that you can do for the summer. You can set up a goal of what is it you'd like to do? Be thoughtful about that and then try it out.
And when the summer is over and you're getting ready to head into fall, your kids are going back to school, what do you suggest parents do as they reflect on the summer?
Yeah, I like taking some time to be thoughtful about, okay, so what worked about this summer and what didn't? And take those notes down, because then when you are starting to think about it next January, February, you can pull those notes out and say, okay, well, here's what we did, and here's what we want to be sure to come back to, because this is now our new family tradition. This is something that we want to work in. Or, you know what, that really didn't work out for us. We're going to stay away from that idea this year.
That's great advice, Dr. Hope. And write it down, because let's face it, our brains don't work the way they used to
No.
before you had kids. So great to have you here.
Nice
Thank
to
you
have
so
you.
much.